and good morning. In the previous class, we have studied the vector integration, that is the line integral, surface integral, and the volume integral. In the today's topic, we will start the important topic, that is the Gauss divergence theorem. So the Gauss divergence theorem states that the flux of a vector field A, the flux of a vector field A, okay, the vector field A over any closed surface, over any closed surface, over any closed surface, here the closed surface is denoted as, is equal to the volume integral of, is equal to the volume integral of the divergence of the vector field, divergence of the vector field A is equal to the volume integral of the divergence of the vector field A over the volume enclosed by the surface S, that is, we can write in the mathematically, that is the surface integral A dot ds is equals to volume integral of divergence of vector A over the volume, means dV. So this is the Gauss theorem, and this is the statement of Gauss theorem. So let's prove that. So for that, let us consider a finite volume. So this is the finite volume of volume V, okay, and in that we are taking the small surface of the volume dV. So this is the small surface of volume dV, okay, and in that there is a, so this is the direction of enclosed by the surface S. So over that we are considering the small volume V, and here the small area ds, okay. So this is the small area ds and volume dV, and in that we are consider a vector A. This is the direction of vector A enclosed in the vector, this closed volume V, okay. So it has the total surface S and volume V, here volume dV and area ds, okay. So the flux diverging from the surface S, over the volume V, that is phi is equals to surface integral of A dot ds, okay. So this is the flux diverging from the surface S over the volume V. So then again, so this volume is divided into, so this small volume is divided into two, V1 and V2. This is the, so we are dividing this volume in the volume V1 and V2 of surface S1 and S2, okay. Then again this V1 and V2 again divided into number of volume, that is V1, V2, V up to Vn, and this surface is also S1, S2, S2 up to Sn. So that's why the overall, that means the total outward flux through the closed surface, the total outward flux, through the closed surface as that is the surface integral of vector A over the surface S is equal to the sum of this all the fluxes, that means S1, S2, S3 over the all surfaces S1, S2, S3 and over the closed volume V1, V2, V3, V3, V4. So that's why it is nothing but the sum of the outward fluxes over the surface delta S1, delta S2, delta S3, all the number of fluxes, that is the sum of all the surface integral of the outward fluxes. Sum of the surface integral of the outward fluxes. Sum of all the outward flux. That means we can write this summation, surface integral of A dot ds is equals to here surface integral of delta Si and here sum of, so that's why we write here summation of delta Si into A dot ds. Okay, so this is the first equation, and this is the second equation. Okay, so if we divide this V1, V2 up to Vn and S1, S2 up to S2, so then if the n increases, if we consider here the number n, so n increases means if n increases and the volume, that is V1, V2, V3, this decreases. So that's why if n increases, so this d increases, that means V decreases. So that's why we are taking the here if the n increases, then the volume becomes infinitely small. That means n tends to infinity and n tends to infinity, Vr tends to 0 in the limits. That's why we write here limit Vi tends to 0, limit Vi tends to 0, 1 by delta Vi and integration of, that is sum of double integration of delta Si A dot ds. Okay, so this is nothing but the divergence of A. So this limits is nothing but the divergence of A. So this is the third number equation. So comparing equation 2 and 3. So comparing equation 2 and 3, we get the new equation. That means comparing equation 2 and 3, we get the new equation, that is sum of surface integral of delta Si A dot ds is equals to divergence of A into, and this delta Vn is nothing but the dV, so that's why we write here dV, divergence of A into dV. So this surface integral can be changed. Okay, this is the divergence of A into dV. So after comparing, we get this is nothing but the divergence of A. So we get this delta SI A dot ds is equals to volume integral of d of A into dV. So this volume integral, we know that this volume integral can be written as 3 times. So that's why we write 3 times divergence of A into dV. So therefore, divergence, we know that divergence of this V, d of A into dV can be written as operator dot A into dV, and here also triple integration operator dot A into dV. Okay, so this is nothing but the surface integral of A dot ds. So this is the Gauss divergence theorem which we studied here. The importance of this theorem lies in the fact that it helps to convert the surface integral into volume integral and vice versa. This is the surface integral. Surface integral can be changed to volume integral, and volume integral can be changed to surface integral. So that's why Gauss divergence theorem is used to convert surface integral into volume integral. Okay. So this is the proof of Gauss divergence theorem. I hope you understand. Simple step. There is a conversion of surface integral into volume integral. So this is we have to prove this. Means surface integral can be changed to volume integral. Okay. Then Stokes theorem. So this we have the only statement of Stokes theorem in our syllabus. So which we will study in the next class. Only statement. Thank you.